Hello, good evening, Tribuners. Welcome back with me, Mutiara, in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here, the complete news. The first news comes from South Sumatra. The father of the bride and groom of the murder victim becomes a suspect. The father of the bride-to-be who was murdered in Harimau Tandang Village, South Pemulutan District, Ogan Ilir, was also named a suspect. Ogan Ilir Resort Police Chief Police Grand Commissioner Adjudan Yusantio Sandi, through the Deputy Resort Police Chief Police Commissioner Hardiman, explained that the incident occurred on Saturday, February 5, 2022 at around 9:30 a.m. It started when Solah and his son, named Tegar, were cleaning palm tree leaves near a vocational high school in a local village. Come father and son, Dermawan and Hajrat, to meet Solah and his son. The two pairs of sons and fathers were then involved in a dispute that led to a fight using sharp weapons. During the fight, the 22-year-old Hajrat victim died with injuries to several parts of his body. Hajrat is known to be getting married this year, the victim's relatives said. Meanwhile, Dermawan and Solah suffered serious injuries and both were taken to a hospital in Palembang. There is one more person involved in the fight, namely Tegar, who fled and still being chased. He revealed that the motive for the fight ended in the death because there was a grudge between the two parties. After recovering from treatment, Solah was named a suspect because he was proven to have killed Hajrat. The suspect and his evidence were taken into custody for further processing. Meanwhile, Dermawan was also named a suspect in assault because he had injured Solah. After the incident, Solah's family reported Dermawan to the Pemulutan police. The suspect Dermawan was charged with Article 170 paragraph 2 of the Criminal Code regarding beatings with a penalty of 7 years in prison. The next news comes from Banten. 5 houses were damaged by the abrasion of the Ciujung River. A total of 5 houses in Kedung Cinde Village, Katulisan Village, Cikesal District, Serang Regency experiences landslides. It is suspected that this occurred due to abrasion of river water. The residence settlements are located on the Ciujung River. Houses made of walls even seem to be left behind because they were carried away by landslides. Luckily, there were no casualties and each of these landslides occurred. This incident has been experienced by local residents for almost 5 years, which has occurred since 2018 years ago until now is increasingly widespread. So far, 5 houses have been damaged by the abrasion of the river water, and 2 houses have been abandoned by their owners because they were badly damaged and only the front of the house was left. Based on the observation of tribunbanten.com at the location on Monday, March 7, 2022, it appears that there are still some residents who remain in their homes because they are confused about where to move. One of them is Sukana. He said that he had no other choice, so he was still living in his house, which is getting eroded by day by day. His house, which is getting eroded day by day, now only leaves one room and the living room. The veiled woman said that she could only hold the ground using wood, so that the landslide would not occur continuously. Because the landslide did not happen all at once but slowly. When the rainfall is high, the water is in the Ciujung River will rise and flood, thus carrying the land. However, if during the summer, the soil will crack until it collapses and landslides. In fact, he said, at the time when the ground was about to slide, the sound of the ground cracking was clear. He admitted that he could not sleep when it rained at night, so he chose to sleep outside the house. because he and other residents are worried that another landslide will occur, causing their house to be carried away. Sukana and other residents hope that the local government will pay attention and take action on this, because until now there has been no assistance from the local government. The next news comes from Riau. 4 shop house units caught fire. Severe fires hit 4 shop houses in Mekarjaya Village, Bangkalan District, Kerinci, Pelalawan Regency, Riau on Saturday, March 5, 2022 at around 12 o'clock a.m. The shop house was destroyed in a fire which was located on Eastern Crossroad 58 kilometers Mekarjaya Village, Bangkalan, Kerinci. The building belongs to a resident named Sudiono who is rent out to other people. The identity of the tenants are Mary Oktora selling daily goods, Suyono opening a motorcycle repair shop, Edison Newan selling bandrek, and Isnaini opening a paint warehouse. There were no fatalities or injuries in this incident. It is just that material losses are estimated at up to 100 million rupiah. The incident began when a resident named Nurkas was at home at around 11:45 a.m. He suddenly smelled a burning smell and went out the back of his house looking for the origin of the smell. He looked at the top of the shop house, not far from his house, on fire. The fire engulfed the top of the shop house, which was selling bandrek, and emitted thick smoke. The witness then informed other residents and invited to attention of the local community and tried to extinguish the fire with makeshift tools. Then the fire department was contacted to come to the location. However, because the fire had grown bigger, the four shop house units were controlled by the Red Rooster. Then 3 fire engines belonging to the Civil Service Police Unit and the Pelalawan District Fire Department arrived at the crime scene. The process of extinguishing the fire was carried out by firefighters assisted by members of the police, the Indonesian National Armed Forces, and the local community. Finally, the fire was extinguished so that it did not have time to scorch all the buildings. The next news is, the Faculty of Law students Pakuan University Bogor held a demonstration. A number of students from the Faculty of Law of Pakuan University Bogor held a demonstration to demand justice as students. The demonstration, which was held in the courtyard of the Rectorate building of the Faculty of Law, had caused a commotion between the law faculty itself. In fact, students who were members of the mass of this action had pushed their way into the Rectorate building of the Faculty of Law to look for the dean of the Faculty of Law, who was included in their demands. The head of Student Executive Board of the Faculty of Law, Munjin Sulaiman, explained that their demands must be resolved immediately. All these problems, said Munjin, had an impact on all generations of students. As for him, he detailed these demands starting from the introduction of campus life for new students, synchronization of values, learning systems, as well as internal conflicts that occur within the law faculty itself. Even so, he stressed whatever it was, the student did not side with anyone. According to him, pure students struggle with what they voice. The next news is the results of Jambi Regional Police Antik Operation. The Antik Siginjai Team, Directorate of Drug Research Unit, Jambi Regional Police and Reserve Police managed to secure 4.2 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine, 32 marijuana, and 177 ecstasy pills from 199 narcotics suspects. Not only that, the officers also secured 37,456,000 rupiah in cash. The hundreds of suspects were detained by the officer during the Antique operation from February 11 to March 2022. Where of the total suspects, 9 of them are female suspects. The Jambi Regional Police Drug Research Unit Directorate Police Grand Commissioner Thomas Panji Susbandaru took the head of the BINAPS Division of the Jambi Regional Police Drug Research Unit. Police Commissioner Gokma Sitompul said that his party had succeeded in uncovering 89 cases with a target number of operations being 31 and non-target operation of 88 people. Not only that, during the operation, his team also secured 22 wheel vehicles, 1 four-wheel vehicle, and 91 cell phones. Now the suspects have been investigated further at the Jambi Regional Police Headquarters. The next news comes from Kupang. 20 motorbikes without a certificate were seized by the police. The West Manggarai Resort Police Traffic Unit seized as many as 22-wheel motorized vehicles on Monday, March 7, 2022. Dozens of motorbikes originating from Surabaya, East Java Province, were secured at the traffic unit office of the West Manggarai Resort Police because they did not have documents. West Manggarai Resort Police Chief Police Grand Commissioner Ajudan Feli Hermanto took the head of traffic unit of the West Manggarai Resort Police, First Inspector Royke Weriditi, said that the disclosure of the case began with information submitted by the Mobile Brigade Corps Company for Battalion B Pioner Labuan Bajo. His party responded quickly and in the early hours of Monday morning, secured dozens of vehicles as well as a unit of an expedition truck and its driver, 47 years old Stefanus Jebarut, at the Y Kelambu Multipurpose Terminal. First Inspector Royke explained that after checking, all of the motorbikes didn't have a motorized vehicle ownership book document. Royke further explained that some of the vehicles did not have police vehicles number as the NK and taxis that had been dead since 2017 years ago. First Inspector Royke admitted that as many as 3 motorbikes were ordered from residents living in Labuan Bajo and 17 other vehicles were ordered by residents in Ruteng Manggarai Regency. And the last news is murder case in Manado. Viti's act of playing with sharp weapon is not the first time he has done this to the victim Marcela Awoy. Before this incident occurred, residents had seen the perpetrator chasing Marcela and injuring her. He added that the perpetrators were often involved in stabbing cases. Family premonition before died. Marcela sends a message asking for an account number. Nyonya Usman felt a feeling before her granddaughter Marcela Awu died. Nyonya explained that on Saturday night, March 5, 2022, at around 4 o'clock in the morning, she heard someone calling and knocking on her door. Nyonya had time to ignore what happened to her, but at around 6 o'clock a.m., she got the news that her granddaughter had died. Not only that, the victim had sent message to her entire family and asked for an account number. It is known that before the incident, the perpetrators with the initial FT was gathering and drinking alcohol at the neighborhood security post with several of his friends. Then the victim, who said to be the perpetrator's boyfriend, came to the perpetrator and asked him to come home, but was refused. The victim was angry with the perpetrator while beating him. The emotional perpetrator then took a sharp weapon, injuring the victim. Due to the number of injuries received, the victim died on the spot at the neighborhood security post. Now the perpetrator is being detained at the police around Tikala for further investigation. This case is known to have gone viral on social media. Well, that's all the news for today with me Mutiara. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.